Right then, so the wiring continues. I've sorted all the things, put everything back in since the sound did, and everything's back in, and all the lights, everything's nice and routed on. I've put the one set of RCAs for the base already in here. So I believe now it's the time to install the power cables from the alternator to the battery. Yeah. What I thought is that I'm not really sure whether I do need two massive freaking runs of 50 mil square. Of 50 mil square, because the alternator is only putting out 290 amps. So, which means that it only can put out 290 amps. The cable that I'm installing is rated up to 300 and something, 350, something like that, on the stretch of the run from the front to the back. That's if I would be running from the battery, from the front of the battery to the back, then I would need two runs, because I'm going to be draining more than 400, well, more than 300 amps. So I think I can actually get away, because I've got the other cable from the alternator going from the front to the back of that battery in there. So I can actually get away with sending one fat cable from the front to the back. That's only for charging. So charging will be good from front to the back with one run, and that makes my life easier to install the cable. And because what I need is, I'm putting a fuse for my big cable. I was gonna use SMD dual, but I don't need. I'm gonna use it for the back. I'm gonna use it for the back. And what I'm gonna do is, I've got a couple more fuse holders, I believe wide ones, something like that. Yeah, something like this. I'm gonna install one of these. Yeah, I've got two of them. I'm gonna install one of these in line with a big ass fuse. Let's say this is the mini A&L, isn't it? So basically I'm gonna have to see what sort of fuses have I got, and then I will be able to install this one, or I'm still gonna have to go for big type. But my bag of goodies. goodies. So there's another fuse holder. There's another fuse. This is the twin actually fuse holder, one in, two out. And I'll use this for something else. Well, let me go through. Let me see what sort of fuses have I got. All right. I found one. I found this one, big one, biggie. I've put in 200 amp fuse, which should do for this one cable. There's another one supplying other sides, and there's two. I don't think that this is fused, but I'm definitely fusing mine just in case. If it's not gonna like it, I've got a 300 amp fuse I just rather be sure than putting massive one and something freaking happens and goes kaboom, everything, all the car. So rather sticking a little bit smaller one for the time being. Ideally, I'd love to have a 250 amp fuse. I just don't understand where the hell it is, because I did have a 250 amp fuse. Ha ha ha! Come here, my baby. Here is my 250 amp fuse. I fucking knew I had one. I knew I had one. So yeah, that's going out, going inside there, and I'll probably put that one inside there if I will ever be using that thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna swap them fuses out, and then I'm gonna put you on a time lapse as I'm gonna take this out. Yeah, so it's out the way, so I can drill, so I can fasten the fuse holder in here like that. It's gonna be sitting in there like that. Then cable is gonna come out, and maybe it's even here, I don't know, we'll see. So the cable is gonna come out the back and go to the alternator, and then this cable gonna coil over and go inside there. And then I found this magic hole there. See that one there? I've shaved that thing out. So if I shave the bit of plastic on the side off a bit, I will be able to squeeze my thick cable through there, down. I probably won't even need to take this out, and then drill a hole like that there next to it. And once I receive, well, I've got the grommets. They've just came in today. I've just got them at home, and I'm gonna get the grommets and stuff them in so it doesn't cut the cable and fuse and then blow my fuse. So this is the plan of action that I'm gonna be doing now, because as soon as the alternator comes in, I will be installing it. Like I said, I'm gonna be making another video just regarding the alternator upgrade, as you need to have a custom belt, because that pulley is deleted on the upgraded alternator. So you all know exactly what needs to be done if you ever do one of these E46s with an upgraded alternator. So right then, peeps, it's all going to be in a time lapse. More than likely I'm going to drill that hole as well at the same time, but we'll see how it goes, and let's get down to business.
I'm just a cynic, can you give me a minute? Cause faith is hard to place when you can fake everything you ever thought you could say. Your trust issues, I'll admit it. Scar tissue to prevent the pain that waits when I look away. So you pinky promise you won't screw me over, leave me in the cold, yeah. I need honest through my coffin to you. Pinky promise you won't screw me over, till me up like roaches. I need honest, only do you. Pinky promise.
Look, I've been through some fucking shit, so I'm over it. I'm about to split if you can't commit. I don't wanna see you promise, make your actions fit. I can't trust that you'll be honest and I'm passionate. Cause this dating culture, no one takes it serious. We all swipe until our standards are delirious. We all complain that there's no one out there to address. When we look in the mirror, we date the person looking back. You entice the same energy you putting out. So if you're ready to commit, maybe I wouldn't doubt. Don't wanna be a pessimist, but I've been feeling down. Cause I don't feel like anybody wants to grow up now.
Pinky promise you won't screw me over, leave me in the cold, yeah. I need honest through my coffin to you. Pinky promise you won't screw me over, till me up like roaches.
So the power cable went in. I'm just gonna cable tie it to here so it doesn't move anywhere or anything. It went through there, nice and lovely. And then this is gonna get cut down to size, later date, obviously. And it went through there. I need to put a grommet in, which I will get tomorrow. Well, bring over tomorrow, stuff it in. So that's how the cable is gonna go. Along there, like that, and then all the way along here. And it is literally just long enough, because I was gonna face the battery this way, but I'm gonna face the battery now that way, because the positive terminal is just here. So this is gonna go on to here. I'm gonna have to make a box, because I can't really now push it all the way to the thingy. And maybe I will be able to put a 2-channel amplifier in here for the back, big 412s. So yeah, that's the plan of action so far. That's as far as I'm getting, and this is the end of the day. So I'm off back home, and we'll continue it in the next video. So right, another day, another story. So cable tie here, and like I said, I was putting the rubber grommets in. So that's all the rubber grommets are in for both holes, nice and lovely, not going to rub or anything. So I can actually put this in, stuff this carpet in, and then I can concentrate on the rest of the stuff, like sorting these out. I'll probably have to push it back a bit later on the day again, but I just wanted to start taking its shape back in, because it does go a bit funny after a while when you have them lying. And so yeah, cable was just freaking long enough. So I'm gonna cable tie all this in here, tie it with a factory thingy, and this is how it's gonna go in here, like that. And this is just long enough for me to put a connector and join this cable to the battery, because that's where I'm gonna be running them. What I need to do is I need to make some sort of platform in there, so I can fasten my battery down. And also I'm looking at installing this GL audio amp for the back, which by the look of it is gonna be mint, like that. We'll have a GL audio sitting in here, because for this big box that I'm going to be building, this is what I'm going to be running it on, as I don't have any other amplifiers. I don't have any more money for anything else. I'll probably stick a sticker on top of there. It's just that I'm gonna have to check when I've got all this battery in and everything, that I can fit my box back properly, because the other side, that part, big part, needs to go on an angle and then open. It's a bit awkward to do so, but mainly it needs like this sort of space in here, and I can't really push it anywhere closer without them positive terminal trying to touch the sound deadening, because this is foil, and as soon as I touch the sound deadening, it's gonna fuse. So I definitely don't want to do that. So I believe something square, big squarish like this, to go up, and obviously it's not going to be square there, it's going to be round over. And then I'm going to put probably metal plate over the top, and then put wooden bits around so it's nice and secure in one place. And then, you know, like car battery, just screw the screws down, and that's it. That's going to be it, holding it in place. We will achieve that with these T-nuts, like that. With the bigger ones, obviously I've got some bigger ones somewhere. So I'm gonna drill a hole from inside and then bolt is just gonna tie it down. And that's it. That's job's done. So I believe next part is for me to make that wooden panel or whatever you call it for the thing to sit. Like I say, probably I'll use something like this, cut down the size with a side shaved off so I can get it closer. And then when I've got the battery in mounted, I'm gonna shut the boxes back in and check that I am good to go do it this way, so that I don't mess up anything, because the base amp is gonna go on the back of the car, on the back of the sub box, sorry, not the car. And that way it will be easier for me to install it and tune it and stuff like that. Also, although this will be harder to tune, but I do get a gap like this when the box is in, so I'll still be able to access to these controls ish. But what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and set all the amps that out the way, like under the boxes and stuff like that. Like all them front ones are gonna be easy, because, well, actually I can prepare this one amp as well to go in, because this, not this. Ah! This amp here used to run my doors. Now it's gonna be running, I don't know which way to actually put it. I'm gonna put it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna put it that way so I can alter the settings. So this is gonna get installed in here, but obviously I'm gonna do sound deadening first, like what I did on that one there, and then bring power to wherever I need to. What else I was thinking of, where do I actually mount the fuse holder and all the fuse distribution stuff? I might have to use that space there, because that's never got used. And what I will be using, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 amplifiers. Fucking hell, man. No, this is not good. So something like this. No, actually no. SMD is going for the big amp, for the big fuses. What I might do is somewhere like there. What I might do is, and then this actually can go down below and then connect from underneath the box. Oh my god. So SMD is there, because the box is floating, so I can run. I'm gonna have a, because these, oh fucking hell. So these used to be here to hold the box, so I can actually bring these back now here, and then I have a gap on there to send the wires through. This is gonna be a very tight and tricky fit to do so, but I think I can achieve that quite easily. A mile, because these have to be removable, because if this rises here the box won't go in, so that why I can't really mount them in. I'll probably make a thin MDF sheet in here, or maybe it's even 18 what I used to have like that, but obviously this is all already, it's actually not that bad. So let's roughly let me see how it's gonna look like. What's it gonna look like? So that goes in there, sort of stuff, and then this and these are gonna go in there. It's just a so one in, or am I leaving do it this way? Honestly, I'm gonna have to figure it out as I go. And this is a tricky one to do because this can supply this amp and another amp, and then I would need to put another fuse block for the front amp, which can be smaller because I don't really have to have a big, I can just use mini A&L fuses. That's the whole reason that I'm using that SMD one, because this takes mini A&Ls, which will be perfect for them amps. So yeah, decisions. So right now I am gonna go and cut out that part in there so I can carpet it and check the fitment of the box and everything, that is all good with all the risers and everything. So yeah, these are all gonna be going on a time lapse. I'm gonna measure the square and we'll cut it out, get it carpeted. I'll screw it down straight away to the floor, and well, not really straight away on the floor. I'm gonna put a battery oil mark around the battery before anything, before I'm carpeting, and then I'm gonna put these T-nuts in as well, and then I can work on the bracket mod. I know for fine fact that is so nice and lovely in there, so there will be no problems with anything. Yeah, time lapse time. Let's cut something, let's make some noise, and let's make this thing going on a little bit further and further and further.
So if you're ready to commit, maybe I wouldn't doubt. Don't wanna be a pessimist, but I've been feeling down, cause I don't feel like anybody wants to grow up now.
Make it promise you won't screw me over, leave me in the cold, yeah. I need honest, throw my coffin to you. Make it promise you won't screw me over, tell me up like roaches. I need honest, don't do you, pinky promise.
You get one chance, one opportunity to make a first impression, so impress me and speak truthfully. I'll match your energy if you don't want an enemy. Then be friendly and maybe we can mend some things. Our brain chemistry is taking us to therapy. Our inequities are filling us with jealousy. So get the fuck off your phone when you're next to me. Let's have a real conversation about all the remedies. Anything but checking DMs for your next to be, cause all this access is the true fucking enemy. The grass is greener, right? That should fix everything. But the issue is our damn insecurities.
Do you pinky promise you won't screw me over, leave me in the cold, yeah. I need honest, throw my coffin to you. Pinky promise you won't screw me over, tell me up like roaches. I need honest, don't do you, pinky promise.
Well, that's the bottom plate is sorted, so this kind of sits in the middle nicely and doesn't go too high. Hopefully that will be fine with my sub box to go in. So as you can see, I've marked around the battery where I'm going to be putting block of wood in there, block of wood in there, block of wood in there, and I've got there as well a little bit so it doesn't move anywhere. And then, like I said, T-nuts going through the other part of the block of wood, and then we'll have like a C-shaped clamp bolted through, tightened on the side on all four corners, and that this battery should be secured perfectly fine without any issues. How to say? The next step, what it's gonna be is to obviously cut these little blocks, mount them down, make everything work, make the bracket for the battery, and basically then carpet this whole lot and basically screw it down to the floor so it's not going anywhere. I might even bolt it down, I don't know, more than likely I'll be bolting down, and we'll see how I feel about that. But yeah, so let's continue with this process. Obviously I am going away right now, that's it done for me for today. But next I'll be back with the rest of the rear thing, and we'll crack it off, and then we'll go from there on again. So yeah, let's get on to the final part of that little battery amp rock whatnot. Oh.